How has it impacted your life?
I lost my job. I lost my job about 8 months ago, and I decided that I wanted to do something totally different. And you know, I knew there were a lot of stories out there. I had worked at a paint store, and so a lot of contractors and painters, they would come in and they'd get their free cup of coffee, and they wouldn't actually buy anything. They would just complain about how they didn't have any work, you know, and they'd sit around for an hour or so, and then they'd leave. And so I knew that a lot of people had stories. But how's it going?
All right.
I'm not going to be here too long.
All right. 2 hours.
Yeah, all right. But anyway, so I knew a lot of people had stories, and it was it affected me as well. And I started writing a screenplay just about this concept of living in a van and not knowing what to do, trying to simplify and move on with my life, and I felt like I was kind of in a rut, just with everything that was going on, and I couldn't afford my bills and things like that. So I found the screenplay writing process to be very therapeutic for me, and so I wanted to do a complete turnaround with my life. And one of the things that I learned in writing is that I was writing about myself, and I started to get to a point where I just kind of got sick of just being consumed with my own self-interest, just being focused on what am I going to do, how am I going to survive. And one of the ways to turn that around was to turn it on to other people. How have they been affected? I didn't want it to be about me so much as giving people an opportunity to express themselves. And the idea is that if people are able to write something out, maybe it'll help them to move on. Maybe it'll help them to just kind of think about their situation, and just to get some of that anxiety out on paper. I heard from a woman in Florida. It was actually a couple, and they both wrote something down. And when they were finished, the guy he had his girlfriend read what he wrote, and I think he was trying to show off or something. He wrote something kind of intellectual, and he seemed kind of proud of being smart, And anyway, so then she read it, and then they left, and he didn't ask what she wrote, and he didn't even think about it. As they walked off, I walked up to see what she wrote, and she wrote, "I want to kill myself, true story." And he has no idea.
Wow.
They just walked off, and but maybe that saved her life. I don't know, maybe just being able to write it out. I have no idea what's going to happen to her. I don't know any more about the story than just what she wrote, but I thought it was pretty powerful. And I don't know if that was due to the recession or just because of what's going on in her life, but it just seemed, this whole project seems like something that people get benefit out of. Just being able to express themselves, and part of this process that's kind of frustrating is that I don't know what's going to happen to people after I hear from them. I don't have a way to follow up with those people, and all I can hope is that they're going to get something out of it, and I think of it as a therapeutic process for people. So a lot of people have told me it's really cathartic for them, so and it definitely is cathartic for me.